Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. It's Wednesday. Is it Wednesday again?
It's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday again. Every week.
Every week.
And once again, it's your boy, the one, the only, Mr. Main Attraction, Mr. LA Runs Dallas. May 29th. What up, people? Here we are again.
Hey.
Episode number 3.
Number 3.
Of No.
Happy to be back.
I'm
happy
right.
to be back.
You happy to be back?
I'm happy to be back, man.
You should be.
I should
I'll
be.
let you here for 3
Right.
shows.
Right.
You should be happy.
My contract's almost up. Right. Yeah, it's almost up.
Hey,
right.
the internship
Yeah.
does make
Maverick
does
give you-
end its course. Okay.
Mavericks give you a 10-day contract.
Hey,
Yeah.
they nice.
Yeah, they nice.
I only
right.
gave you 3 shows.
3 shows. Show improved time.
Show improved time. Hey, man, it was tornadoes crazy out here today, wasn't it?
I thought we were going to make it in here.
Hey, they try again, but you know what that is? I told them last time.
Right.
It's government.
Everybody's trying to stop it.
It's trying to stop
Everybody's trying
this
to
show,
stop what's going
and it
on.
just can't be stopped. But you know what? I say it can't be stopped.
But
It's been stopped.
has it?
It's reached the end.
Listen, should I?
This
Wait a
is the
minute.
end, sir.
This is the end.
This is your contract is up, but not only is your contract up,
Contract is up.
this it. This is
over.
the end of No, I'm Right, because that's it. But guess what?
What's it?
You know how your old heads used to tell you, your spiritual heads used to tell you all the time that, baby, don't worry, because when a door closes, he always opens up a window, okay?
Right.
So as much as this is coming to an end, we have new beginnings, baby.
Always a new beginning.
It's
Always
new
a
beginnings.
New beginnings.
Because we have just inked
Ain't
a deal with No, I'm Right, starting in June.
every week.
Every week.
Every single week.
It won't be no off week, man.
No more off week.
Every week. Hump day
Right.
is day now, because we bringing the hump in hump.
I gotta
okay?
write that down and remind you.
Hey,
when you
keep
say
keep
that
good
later.
notes, man, because you still gonna be interning when that comes. That's gonna be a brand new contract.
How many U's in umph?
6
6 U's. 6 U's.
with two sounds. I don't know what that letter is. Do you know?
That's an M.
Oh.
That's an M.
What that is?
I know.
I always thought it was an upside down.
It is an upside down W.
That's what I always thought it
Right,
was.
you know.
But it's an M? No?
You know, I'm not surprised by any part of this conversation right now.
You're not?
Yeah, like I've known you for a while. And
Oh, okay. So you know I'm pretty much sharp on it.
Illiteracy.
There you
is-
go. Okay, there you go.
Got you.
Hey, okay.
Day.
What up, people? Hey, we sorry we didn't mean that we having a whole
Yeah, we haven't
thing.
started the show yet.
We having
Started the
fun,
show
man.
yet. Right.
Hey, the show started 3, 2. Welcome. It's a new episode number 3. We had to reset. That's called
Yeah,
reset. That's radio talk.
I'm writing it
for
all
y'all
down,
people.
man. Listen,
Radio talk,
it's
man.
sharp and sharp about a week, man. Sharp
Hey,
and sharper.
it's big things going on.
Big things.
June is huge.
We
And I'd
got
like
it.
to thank everybody for the views for episode 2.
We got to.
I don't even know. I know it was 3 digits.
It was 3 digits.
It was 3 digits.
I was surprised myself.
You were surprised. I was a little disappointed.
I was like, I ain't know that many people.
I was a little disappointed.
Really?
I expected more out of y'all. I expected a lot more.
Right.
I expect a lot more. You know, I inspect what I expect.
He expects a
Therefore,
lot more.
I expect a lot more, America. Okay? I mean, y'all did all right on episode 2.
Right.
Let's bump that up. Let's get these numbers up.
We going
Like
for
we know how to do it.
5 digits?
Hey, we going for 6 digits. You know what I'm saying?
6 digits.
You know, that's
Right.
what I do. And that's what my people know. I appreciate the follows. Keep it pumping, keep it moving, because we know y'all are loving
If
it.
we get 6 digits,
6.
I will personally call and thank each and every single person
Hey,
that views us on our podcast.
did you hear him?
Each and every person.
Everyone.
If we get to 6
Oh,
digits,
6 digits.
6 digits.
Every one of them.
Each and every
Now, mind you,
possible
there's 2 things going on with what he just said.
one. What went on with it?
One, he told you how much time he got. Because I'm telling you, the brother got nothing to do, ladies.
Right,
Friday
right,
nights, Saturday nights.
right.
He has nothing
Too busy carrying you.
to do, okay?
Right.
Marvel. He was serious.
Right.
Marvel,
Game of
okay?
Thrones.
That's 1. 2, he trying to get all y'all phone numbers, ladies. Hey, this whole man
you
is
see-
trying to get all y'all. Y'all better watch it.
Are you still giving out phone numbers now? Do ladies still give out phone numbers?
I think they do.
They give out.
No, they do
Yeah.
because they want No. I'm wrong.
Right.
They say, give me your number.
Give me your
You know
number.
how they do.
Okay.
You know how y'all can't stand. That's another episode. I ain't gonna do it tonight.
I haven't asked for a
I got you.
phone call.
Episode is coming about y'all, but not tonight though. I'm gonna let
Not
y'all make it
tonight.
tonight because this is the end. This is the end of the beginning. Did that? You like
Yeah,
that?
that was riveting.
What?
Riveting.
Hey.
Yeah, listen.
That
I
let
said
them
you
know.
practiced that. You practiced that before.
The end of the beginning.
The end of the beginning.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as it's not the beginning of the end.
No,
That's
no
important.
such
You
thing.
can't
This
have
is
that.
the end
Right.
of the beginning.
I'm trying to put that out there to say my contract gonna last a little longer.
Yeah, I mean, but
No.
it starts over.
It does?
I'm
Oh, it
you're
loops
gonna be on
back.
paid internship
Right.
next time, though.
Oh, paid internship.
Yeah, it's paid internship. I had a talk with finance, and
Really?
we like what you've been doing.
Right, okay.
You know,
Yeah. Right,
You step.
right.
You went from mediocre to average,
I'm
so
average now.
we
Right.
working it
Right,
out.
right.
We working it out. Let's get started with this show, man.
Right.
It's
You
time
are-
to get started.
You are
Hey,
a great employer.
out with the old and with the new. We finna kick it off.
We about to kick it
So, here's the thing I was thinking about.
What is that?
Okay, we finna break down into our first topic here. Okay,
First topic.
let's jump it all in. Man, I had some history, and I think a lot of us do. You know, I'm a hustler by trade.
By trade. No. Yes. Okay.
Okay, hustler by trade.
Do I have to agree with everything?
Hey, just think of the Jay-Z line he
Right.
said in the one song.
Right.
You know,
What did Hov say?
you know what Hov said.
Well, usually you could put everything in your life based off what Hov said.
Hey, boy, hey, that's
Most things in your life can
hey,
be solved.
let's
by what
hold
Hov said.
that one because they ain't ready for that one. yet.
No.
But the reality is The
reality of it is.
Take two.
Right.
The reality of it is that as hustlers, man, some of us pick up things. You know, we might wash windows. You know, some guys paint fences,
Right.
walk dogs.
Right.
There's a lot of little hustles out there.
Right. Side hustle.
Yeah.
Right. Make your money.
Now, there's the other kind of hustles where, you know, the government is getting involved in all that. Now, I don't want no part of all that. So, therefore, we're not going to mention those.
Right. They come after you.
Yeah.
For your
But
hustle.
all my D-boys, you know what I'm saying? All my D-boys, you know.
You don't know one D.
I know several of
You
them.
don't know one.
There's Derek and Daniel
Right.
and
D.
David
Right.
and
Yeah. That's what
DeAnthony
D'Anthony.
and Darius.
Right.
Those are a bunch of D-boys.
I'm excited you can count to 5.
That-
Honestly.
and it can count higher to 6,
You got to
as
count.
in 6 digits
Six
of those
digits
viewings.
of those viewings.
You like that?
Right,
You went right back.
Yeah, look, transition.
Transition
right,
right on back.
Call back.
So,
Right.
in my day when I was doing a little bit of ride sharing, you know, in layman's terms, Uber and Lyft.
Right.
You know, before I got my big money deal. You know what I'm saying? Before I start popping off, you know what I'm saying? Before the icy start getting real nicey
yeah,
up in there.
right,
you know what I'm
right,
saying?
yeah.
When I was doing
Stop
that,
getting rusty and stop being musty. Right.
I don't know anything about that.
I'm just sorry. We'll
You
get
just
to that
rhyming?
later. Well, yeah. 'cause
Okay.
I'm trying to be a hustler.
Just right. All right. So when I was doing those things, man, one thing that I started to see that was kind of irritating to me. Now, when you think of Uber and Lyft, you think of rideshare, you think of taxis, you think of limos as a
Car service.
yeah, it's car service. So as a customer of that car service, you usually have a gentleman that will open the door to the seat that you will be sitting in
Right.
for that ride.
Right.
Now, of course, as we become more modern and a lot less formal with that type of program, you know, customers just hop on in, they grab the door, get in, have a seat, grab their own door, get out.
Right.
Using apps now for payment.
Yeah. Not a service.
Right. Why is it that some of these riders seem to forget their place and want to hop themselves up in the front seat?
Man.
First of all, who are
I
you?
guess you buddies.
I don't know you.
We
I ain't
y'all
never
buddies.
seen you. You ain't never.
friends.
We never went
Y'all
to each
buddies.
other's house for Christmas. I don't remember ever getting no birthday present. You sure ain't one of the people that I introduced my new lady to. So who? I don't know who you are, man. You weren't even at my graduation.
But you sitting in the front seat.
Did you in the front seat of my car, smelling up my air freshener, chewing on my gum that's in the front seat?
Right.
I need that gum.
Right.
You don't know where I'm going after this ride?
Right. And where you been?
Yeah, I might be doing a drive of shame. Sit in the back.
Instead of the walk of
You
shame.
know what I'm saying?
Drive of shame.
The drive of
Right.
shame. And you all in my front seat.
Right.
Having that.
doing buddy thing.
What's up with that,
I
bro?
don't know what's up with that, man. I agree, man. You know, it's like when you got a limo or you got a taxi, you sit your little happy butt in the back seat. You know, you my buddy want to sit in the front seat, but when it come tip time, are you my buddy then? You hit
Right.
that button, you give me that buddy tip. Don't give me the I just met you tip.
Yeah.
Sit in the front seat. You gonna talk to me?
Your
Gonna change
car's
the
kind
radio.
of nice, and
Right.
you know.
Yeah, I don't want to look at you.
How long have you been driving? Oh, is that your real hair?
Right, yeah.
All them, no, what?
Well, that's a common question.
Get in the back.
Right. Get in the back. Sit there. Be quiet. Don't say nothing to me.
Nothing.
Just pay me my money. I'm gonna let you out this car. Everybody's gonna be okay.
I know a lot of y'all out there. I'm looking. Yeah, you. No, watch out. Don't put your friend in front. You. I know you done sat in somebody's front seat when you getting them Lyft and Uber rides. Get your grown behind in the back,
Stay in the back.
and don't you come in the front.
There's more room in the back. You can
More
lay
room in the
down. You
back.
can go to sleep. You can take a nap.
That's it.
You can do things.
Rosa Parks has already done her diligence.
Rosa Parks. Oh,
She's already done her due
I got
diligence.
you. I thought that was one of the people you knew. Rosa Parks.
Yeah, so now we can sit all front, back, side to side.
Right.
You
Any way
get
you want.
kizzled.
Yeah, listen. You talk too much, I'm gonna put you in the trunk.
I'm just,
Right.
You know what I'm
keep
saying?
You keep running your mouth.
Indeed.
Right.
So why are you in my front seat, man? What's going on with that?
I don't know.
I need my people to chime in. Please get interactive. Know I'm right. Facebook. Know I'm right. Instagram. Know I'm right 100 at Gmail.
Is that a manners thing?
I need to understand, is it okay for you people to be sitting in front seats of folks if your mom, your daddy was, you know better. You know better. What's up? I don't get that, man.
You seem very passionate about it. You threaten
Very,
the camera.
man.
You,
I don't appreciate it because I think you should be sitting in my back seat.
right. You shouldn't be sitting in the front seat for no reason.
Let me give you an example why I say that.
Why?
Here's a little story.
Hey,
So,
that was a
so
story
yeah,
time.
a little story time with LA. Story time with LA.
Oh, this is new.
So, I go ahead and think on the app, right?
This
You know, this is a little while back. You know, again before the jewels and the cash and the pizzazz. You know, a little
Who is
before
this
all that.
person you talking
Little before we'll get to that.
Oh, right.
So, I get a little ride request. Cool, you know.
Yeah.
5 minutes from the house, no problem. Let's see what this is.
right,
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
right.
Let's see what we got. So I drive on up there, and then I'm like, okay, we're arriving at Chicken Express. Cool. Okay, so somebody came up, got him a little something, shoot him back to the house. Maybe I can give me a tender on the way. You know what I'm saying? In more ways than one.
Right, buddy.
So I go ahead and wait for them to hop on in the car, and then I'm like, I look and see who coming. And so, you know, I'm over here, you know, thinking like, okay, I see this little, you know, tenderoni coming out. She about 5'5", you know, nice little jeans on and all that. Had a little bag in her satchel. She get to looking around and she like, oh, so she started coming our direction. So I'm seeing her, so I go on to the side and I'm just like, you know what I'm saying, get myself all right real quick. The door opens, so, you know, I get ready. So I get over and say, yeah, how you, do you know some musty, rusty, looking like he was on the prep table to be tossed in the grease on 350. Negro got his battered and fried self in my front seat, smelling all kinds of tainted chicken thighs and expired buttermilk.
Should we slander Chicken Express like that?
No, we ain't slandering Chicken Express.
Oh, okay.
I'm slandering this behemoth who sat in my front seat. And as soon as he sat down, before I start doing all that,
Right.
I was like, what is going on?
Uh-huh.
Big old self, I had knocked over my drink. I'm so mad about it.
You seem very excited.
I'm so upset because he got his big old self in my car in my front seat.
Right in the front seat.
So the whole time, you know, it's hot. So it's something, you know, it's like spring,
Yeah.
you know. So it's a little hot. We stay in Texas.
Right.
And so I got the AC on, so you know it's all circulating. His odors just all circulating all over my
Just
car.
fumigate.
And he just sitting over there all big and stuff, just. What's up, man? Just tired getting off
I
work.
know that dude. I know that dude.
What?
Yeah.
He can't
Just mouth breathing, big gums. Right.
Just
yeah,
get
sloppy nasty.
you supposed to get your
Sloppy nasty.
in the back. Now you need to walk home.
Right.
You ain't far.
Cancel the ride.
Yeah, you ain't give me a get out of here. Get my. And then you know he had the audacity,
The older
the
acid.
AEIO audacity to not tip me.
Really?
After he stank my car, I allowed him to funkified my vehicle up.
You are in rare form today.
I was so ticked, bro.
Yeah,
I was
I
so
would.
ticked, and I don't
I would
appreciate
be
it.
too.
So I need my people to talk to me. I need to understand: is it okay, yay or nay,
Right.
to ride in the front seat of your Lyft or your Uber ride? We ain't talking about when you inviting. First of all, that's a whole different subject. When you inviting the whole hood on one Uber, we ain't
Right,
talking about that.
right.
One. That would tick me off a little
But
bit.
don't you
too.
get paid extra for more people?
No, you don't, because you know they only gonna say, "Oh,
gonna
it's
add
just
2
me,"
people. Yeah,
you
it's
know,
just me
and
by
then
myself. Right,
you know,
right,
as soon as they show up and say, "Hi, hey, are you okay?" Yeah, I'm Jessica. Okay, great. Let's go, guys. And then you
17
see
other
the whole
people show up.
volleyball team come out.
Whole volleyball.
I don't appreciate it, man. Uber needs to do something. They need to do something about that, and they need to do something about these chatty Cathys.
Right. Listen, I think Uber has decided they had felt your pain. You must have told that story.
I
Called
think-
them up.
I think
you
I
probably
had
called
talked
the
to-
CEO of Uber.
Yeah.
And told him because they came out with this new app called
Yeah, Philip
Quiet
Permanisan, you know.
Permanisan?
Yeah, that's my boy. For Uber CEO. Mhm.
Right. Y'all good like that?
Yeah.
Y'all
He
go
came
way
to the
back.
house, barbecue. You know,
He
say-
knew you were driving for him, so he was like, "Yeah, I'm going."
you know, back in that day
Right.
at least, you know.
But you had stock in it, so that's where all the jewels and the shiny.
Oh,
shit.
you know, yeah, I got a stock in Uber,
Right,
you know,
right,
then he
right.
put stock in.
Well,
you
he
know.
heard you. He heard you. Apparently, they started something called quiet mode, where riders can do what most people who listen to us would say they don't want to have a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to talk to you. You can select on the app to say, "I'm either happy to chat or
Okay.
I'd rather for you to shut the F up. Don't talk to me.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go to sleep. I got emails to answer. I got things to do. I don't want to talk to you."
Nothing.
Nothing. Which I think is good and bad. I mean, depending on your perspective. Because you got people who do want to have a conversation to make the ride go by faster. You got people who want to talk to you about their life. But if I'm a rider and, you know, I got personal things going on, I don't want to tell you my whole life story. I don't want to, you know where I live. You might pick me up from my house. I don't want to tell you where I work.
Yeah.
What time I get off, where I'm going. You might send somebody to my house. I don't want you to know everything about me. I don't know you from anybody.
No.
You could be some golden-haired, chain-wearing individual riding me around, sneaky as all get out, trying to circle back to my house and try to take something out of my crib. I don't
Something
want
out
to know
your crib?
Yeah, something out of my crib.
Oh, you mean
Right.
like the sponges and
Sponges. I don't know
trash
what that
bags
is. I don't have no idea.
paper towels?
Getting back to Uber.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying that it seems
your
like they're listening to their drivers. They're
Mm-hmm.
listening to the riders. People who are coming in saying they don't want to have a conversation.
So you hop in the car and basically your driver's before you hop in.
Before when
hey,
you
buddy.
select the ride,
Hey.
you don't have to say anything. Just open the door and sit down.
No, but I mean, when you used to select the ride,
Well, yeah.
as soon as you open the door, hey, buddy.
right?
Hey, what's your name?
Hey, guy. Hey, where you going?
Yeah.
What you doing?
Hey,
Right.
how's it go? Hey, man.
wanna
Hey,
hear some music?
I've been driving for a while now, man.
Right.
Boy, I'm tired, man.
Right.
But hey, I feel good. I'm doing something good for everyone. What do you think? Like, how long you been riding?
I haven't had that ride. I haven't had that driver yet.
How long you been riding? Your name's Nathan?
Right. Yeah.
Hey, Nathan.
Yeah. How long you been using Uber?
Yeah.
I haven't had that guy yet.
You have that guy?
No, I haven't had the super hyper energetic.
Boy, I love Lyft.
Right. Lyft, Uber. Yeah. Yeah. Love Lyft and love life. Live life. You
Live,
want some-
love, Lyft.
You want some organic water? Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, buddy, here's some gum.
Right. Just chatty. Just chatty. So with this app, with this settings on this app, you can just push a button and quiet them down. My only question is, how are they going to enforce it in case the driver decides to keep talking anyway?
I think that's where the comment section, because hey, they will comment
They will
on
comment
you.
and say, selected
Yeah.
silent ride.
Now, Mr. 5-star here,
Who?
have 5-star. That's the
Rating.
type of ratings. You know, you're gonna look up to 5. So, Mr. 5-star here at the time I was doing
Is
that.
that a new name for you now?
I mean, that was just my Lyft Uber name in the
Right,
community. Yeah,
right.
in the
Mr.
Lyft Uber community, they know me as Mr. 5-star. That's
5-star.
all, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because I don't have nothing less. You
Right,
know,
yeah,
some
definitely.
folks got 4.9s and 4.6s and all.
You straight up 5.
Straight 5,
Straight
baby.
5.
Nothing but your 5s.
5, okay.
So, you know, when they called me that in the community, when I was doing it,
Mm-hmm.
man, you know what I'm saying? I didn't get no feedback like that, but they do give you feedback.
Right.
And they talk about their last rides. And speaking of feedback, I'm getting some now. I appreciate y'all emailing, tuning in, let me know. So I got one of my pals here. He believes that if it's 2 or less, you get your butt in the back.
Right. It just makes sense that way.
Just get in the back.
Right.
And what else there to talk about? Another one, the lady says, Oh, I'm guilty of front seat passenger riding. I had no idea it was that big of a deal. Your parents raised you better than that. Be getting in folks' front seat. If they raise you, how many times we done heard as kids don't talk to strangers? All the time.
All your life.
But you gonna
Don't
get in the
talk to
front seat with
somebody
one
you don't
You
know.
don't even know.
Right.
You need some distance.
Right.
To separate that, and then you be mad because he trying to holler at you. When you hopped your little,
Right.
I'm going to this gala with my little heels and stuff on, self in the front seat.
And he put his hand on your thigh.
Yeah,
Right. It's all
yeah.
right.
Where you going, baby?
Right.
You know?
Yeah. You all right?
Do you want the scenic route?
Right. Listen.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
What it really
The
is.
misogynistic Uber driver.
That's
right.
it.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
So that's the feedback I'm getting on that, man.
Well, I would say one thing I did forget to say that it is only for the Uber Black and Uber X, I believe, the upper echelon, the more expensive one. So for
People
all
who
you
use-
regular
Yeah.
Uber drivers,
You just gonna
don't
deal.
have to deal with it. Listen, you're not paying enough money. It's like with anything else in our life or in our future. If you want the best, you got to pay for it.
You got to, man.
You're not in that tax bracket, I guess. I don't think I've ever had an Uber Black or Uber X before.
XL too.
XL,
Yeah.
XL,
That's
what
for the
it
big
is.
boy. Yeah,
XL,
that's
for
where
the
all the athletes ride it because
Right.
they need a 6-seat vehicle to
Right.
take them to Wendy's.
Well, some people have a large, entourage or ego, and, they need,
And then
they
there's
need
some people,
space.
who are Ezekiel Elliott.
Right. Okay. Right.
And some people that's him.
That's
So
just
you know,
whatever they can just afford it.
that's my boy though. But
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, we partied 2 weeks ago. I told him, I said, hey man, you can't keep doing. I'm
Right.
glad you do this when we ain't hanging out.
Right.
I had to
Yeah.
let him know. 'Cause
Right.
I'm like,
Called
bro,
him right on up and told him.
I
man.
can't deal, bro. You know, I'm trying to pop this off.
Yes.
Can't deal.
You have an exciting life. I'm just wanting to
Thank
reflect
you,
on
man.
that. I don't know if everybody in the audience knows that, but LA is quite something, and regales himself with stories of grandeur for somebody to listen or believe. But I mean, for the listening audience, we're all happy to hear and sit back and drink our nice little cups and enjoy the
Glad
story
we
time.
happy to see me doing well.
Right, I am.
Thank you
Listen,
so
you're my
much.
boy. I mean, listen. If nobody else is going, bevy up to that baloney, I guess your friends got to be the first to lift you up. Say,
I don't like bologna no more. I like, like ham now.
Right,
you
like
know.
pressed ham. Right, yeah, the good stuff. Yeah, you don't want that
there you
ring
go.
around it.
Right,
Yeah. You get
You
your
get
stuff.
it?
You go to the deli and get it sliced
Yeah,
off.
boar's head, if
right,
you will.
Boar's head. Right, yeah.
Real talk, real
Right,
talk.
real talk, right.
Hey, while we on the subject of sports, real quick.
We're on this. Okay.
We got to get these current events, man, because it's only our show, and our people got to know what we want to talk about.
Isn't tonight game 1 of the finals?
I thought that's tomorrow night.
It's tomorrow?
Tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay, tomorrow. Yeah. We got the Raptors, and we got the Golden State Warriors.
Golden State
I'm sorry, the defending champion.
Yeah.
Golden State
We
Warriors.
don't have the Raptors.
We don't have the Raptors.
We have October's very own Raptors
October's very own. Oh my
with the
goodness.
king of the North.
Listen, Troll Man Supreme, Aubrey
Hey,
Graham. I think?
I'm with him though. Drizzy.
Drizzy.
I'm
right.
with him though. That's my boy.
Is it?
Yes,
Right.
man. Because I feel like this. He is living out the dream that we all. Who has not wanted to go up to Phil Jackson in our era and say, "Phil, that triangle offense."
It's just what's up.
Bro.
Right.
Who has not wanted to do that with Phil?
All right, listen, I know I did a couple times.
Who has not
Yeah.
wanted to tell MJ, "Hey, I got you, bro."
Listen.
There you go,
You gonna get
MJ.
kicked in the mouth right around MJ.
Yeah.
MJ ain't about that life, man. MJ ain't about
He don't
that.
give a damn. He got his shoes on.
Nah, I
You
don't care.
better
You be
get
fully draped in nothing but North Carolina blue. And MJ gonna look at you like you crazy, man. He say, man, go buy some more of these shoes. Stop talking to me. My shoes on sale today.
Right,
MJ,
exactly.
MJ ain't about that noise. MJ
No, ain't about that
life.
noise.
But
So what?
No, you're right.
So is that? So we missed the moving on.
Right.
That's what we missed.
Right.
And,
right. What do we
But it's gonna be pretty exciting, I think.
do? Okay.
Because I think
Okay.
that.
I agree. I have inside information, but yeah.
Yeah, I just think that Kawhi
Right.
making that type of leap from San Antonio. San Antonio is a promised land because you got Greg Popovich out there. Okay, coach. He's basically the Belichick of the NBA, so to speak.
Right. There had internal issues though with Kawhi, I believe. It was some animosity in the locker room or something like that.
And I think a lot of his family got involved too.
Well, I mean,
And when family get a say so,
right.
everything gonna be topsy turvy.
Right, because they're gonna take the side of the player or whoever the side is.
But
The player.
how do you gotta feel as that team to know that this cat left your squad
Right.
went up north.
Second year? I think it's his first year.
This is first year. Yeah, because he was hurt
Right,
toward
yeah,
the
yeah.
He went up north, man,
And just
and he's in the
demolished them,
finals.
and demolished them.
In the finals,
Went to
bro.
another conference and demolished them.
And it's in the freaking NBA. It's about to compete for a ring again without his
Without
bigger
Tony
brothers,
Parker.
without all his big brothers,
Without Ginobili.
without
Tim
Duncan, none of them.
Listen, he's-
No Pop either.
yeah.
He got
No
Nick
Pop.
Nurse, the old Office
sorry.
Depot manager.
That name
Hey,
tickles the shit out of me. Nick Nurse.
That dude looks like that he used to sell insurance. I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, but he's in good though because he's friends
Nick
with your boy.
Nurse is who I would go to if I wanted an honest opinion about this rash on my arm. That's the guy.
That's the
I'm
guy.
going
Nick
to
Nurse,
see
yeah,
him.
Yeah, right. Yeah. You don't look at him for no kind of
No.
tight.
I don't want no.
offense
I don't want no
defense,
pickup
right.
lines from him. I don't want none of that. Hey Nick, hey, can you come here, man? Can you check out my flower bed? I'm trying to
Right.
figure out why.
Nick,
all this
Nick's your
crap-
handyman. Nick's your handyman. Yeah. Nick's is a jack of all trades. Nick ain't going nowhere near my triangle offense. No. Yeah, but you can finish flower garden, like you said. Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. I need some more peat moss over here, man.
And he'd have went to that team, man. He'd have took his squad.
Yeah.
Kawhi and them was in the finals. Now, I don't think that it's really going to be too much of a matchup
No.
because I don't see anybody else on that squad that
No,
can
they-
hang with the likes of your Draymonds and your
Clay
Currys
Thompson,
and Clay.
Nah, man, they're not doing anything with that. But the finals was Houston versus Golden State. That was a final. That was a great situation.
And to me, I think Golden State kind of circumcised Houston a little bit. I mean, I'm just saying, because I'm like the same Houston that, remember, the big deal was not having Chris Paul.
Right.
You had all guns blazing and no Kevin Durant.
Right.
And Golden State closed you on out
Yeah.
when it counted.
When they needed to. Well, they do it all the time, though.
Yeah.
They were behind like 20 points a couple games.
Close
Came
you out,
back.
man. Just
Came
close
back.
you out.
I mean, it was ridiculous.
Now-
They're known for that, though.
Now, speaking of guys who leave a team and get success,
Right.
we about to talk about my favorite.
Your favorite sports personality.
My favorite
of all
sports
time.
personality
Your favorite
to
media
rag.
Mogul.
Yeah.
To rag.
And shout out to Artist Control because this one's for you, baby.
LeBron James.
Talk about going the opposite of going from one team and succeeding and going to another and failing.
Well, I mean, I actually enjoyed the playoffs this time without LeBron. Like, it's been so long since LeBron. It's 10 years, 14 years, 10 years. Mm-hmm. No playoffs. No playoff appearance by LeBron James.
Right.
That's ridiculous.
You know what?
That's ridiculous. But I'm enjoying it a lot more.
You know what though?
What? Uh-oh. We have
In all honesty, I couldn't be more excited.
I
I couldn't be more excited. I'm gonna tell you why.
Right.
Hey, I'm take a few lines from my boy Stephen A. because he didn't call it like it is. This guy, as much as he does for philanthropy,
Okay.
as much
Bet.
as he does for the culture,
Bet.
as much as he's a great father,
Right.
wonderful husband,
Right, role
role model.
Right.
So I can't do the Stephen A. when he lists off the accomplishments just one after the
Too
other like
fast.
that. But you know what? LeBron James is equivalent to a heel
Oh,
in wrestling
Right.
that is actually a good guy. You ever had that world where the guy's just so good
Yeah.
that the fans just turn on him because he's John Cena.
It's John.
He is the John Cena of the NBA. As much good as John Cena does, when he hits an arena,
Everybody hates him.
boo! I'm talking about the Boo Birds is out, baby.
But they still there watching.
They still
They still
watching.
there watching.
We gonna still watch.
We gonna
it.
still watch. We gonna hate
I
him.
love to see the man play. Love his athleticism.
Right.
All of that stuff.
Talent.
Can't stand him as an entity in sports because the things he does, man. Let me break it down. Let me break down a few of these.
We're
things.
all ears, LA. We're all
Here's a few of these things.
Right, please.
Okay. First of all, this man has proclaimed to not like super teams.
Oh, but he's yeah. But he is the master of the.
He was the Gargamel of super teams. I'm talking about putting it together with all his buddies when the Smurfs started getting with the squid, what them things in the water was and all that. When Gargamel started teaming up with them, he was the start of all of that, man.
I don't know that reference, but
you don't.
I don't know how.
Did
But
I date myself?
I think you did.
Gargamel. I skipped to our.
I don't know. If
I skipped to our
Gargamel-
next subject too fast.
Right.
Okay. Let me
is
back.
teaming up with somebody
Yeah.
against the Smurfs.
Let me back though, because
Right.
that's aging me. Let me back.
Take 3.
So he is like, he's like, Putin and Trump, I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
It's ridiculous
Okay.
that he
see
put
where
all
you're
that
going with
together,
that.
you know.
Right.
And so when he did that, then guess what else he did? Okay,
Right.
no. I'm sorry. We skipping too far ahead.
I don't know.
I need to go back.
Right.
Do you remember the 30-minute? Or was it an hour?
Oh, yeah, you mean the decision.
The decision.
The decision.
I thought that was just for the presidential elect. I did not know that it was for an NBA player. I didn't know we called his. I've seen several trades in my day.
Right.
I've seen several free agencies.
Right.
I have never seen a 1 hour decision.
It was a lot of nonsense for 10 seconds of I'm gonna take my talents to South Beach.
And was gonna do it
Right.
anyway.
The decision was made. I mean, the only thing that was good was that he did it with all the proceeds went to the Boys and Girls.
So to speak.
Right. So he puts that little positive spin on.
Now you getting
on
it.
the
Do
air.
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah.
Do you see where I'm going?
Right,
Yeah.
right.
He
The
always
conspiracy, right.
bails
That little
himself
extra.
out with that.
Right,
So
right,
he did
right.
the whole
So that way
super
you can't hit him
team.
too much.
Yeah. He jumped in with the whole not 1, not 2, whatever. And then, good guy like Dirk. What did he do with Dwayne?
He tried. Right. I'll agree with that. I'll agree with that.
Talk
Right.
bad about Dirk.
2011. Right.
And scored 8 points in the game that counted. And was guarded by Jason
Terry.
the Jet Terry.
Oh, shout out to Jason Terry, man. That boy can shoot, man. That boy can shoot. I don't get nothing past it.
Then what he do? What does he do? He can't take being the villain for too long. So what he do? I'm coming home.
I'm coming home. Which I predicted, by the way.
Came
I predicted
home.
that, by the way.
Came home.
Right.
And then you know what he did there?
Well,
He failed. He came home and failed. And then, after he failed, he had to manipulate failing again because he was going to fail again until what he do?
He had to get some.
Let me step over Draymond because I know this going to set him off. Why do I know this going to set him off? Because we got the same agent team. I know this guy. I know how this guy thinks. I know what makes him tick.
The inner workings.
Yeah.
Right.
So guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go ahead and set him off. Let me just step on over. Hey, how you like my nuts in your face? Hey. Right. And he did that. Got Draymond hot, and then got him suspended. Right. In the game that they needed him.
Right.
So he basically cheated for that championship.
Right. Well. Okay.
Yeah.
You reach him, but I
No,
give you that.
I can reach with him though because he's already shown you signs.
Right. He has.
So
he has.
then the next time around, what happens? Takes that good old L.
Right.
Then he loses Kyrie. I don't know why. What's wrong with Kyrie? Hey, I don't get it. I don't know why he wants to. I don't get that. Right. Yeah, he don't understand it.
Well, you can't have too many alphas on the team, man.
He don't
Kyrie
get it.
wanted to be an alpha.
Yeah, and he don't get it. No, you're just my little. He's
my little brother.
he's been sunning him the whole time that he's been there.
Right.
All right. So Kyrie leaves. So what he do?
Boss.
He plays general manager. Gets all his old, black top friends.
Right. I forgot about that.
Get all his black. Get the gang back together.
Back together. Put the band back together.
All on Cleveland. Man, come to Cleveland. I promise you win the championship. You come to Cleveland. Derrick Rose and Dwayne Wade and had all his buddies there.
That didn't last too long.
No.
It didn't last long at all. They all realized that it was a little too much for being with LeBron up there in Cleveland.
Wasn't Isaiah Thomas even? Did he have a stint?
Yeah, IT. Yeah.
Had a little stint with him.
Yeah. It wasn't.
No.
Too long. You get a little taste of LeBron. And,
Yeah, and you over it.
You want to get.
You're over it.
You want to get further away.
Over it.
Yeah. Once you get there, you're like, oh, great, LeBron, you're a cool guy. Then you get close to him.
20 minutes later.
You start talking about, I don't want to be around LeBron. LeBron's not the one.
So
I can't deal with that nonsense.
Okay, and then you seen his theatrics, the whole finals when he had his. So first of all, first. And this might have to be a topic. First, after the game 1 loss, he stormed out the media room and he grabbed his purse with his
that was a $30,000 purse.
with his shorts set suit
Right.
on,
Right. Fashion forward.
and he put his little Darion,
Oh, please put
his Darion glasses on,
Darion glasses.
his apple bottoms glasses, and he stormed out of there.
That's what those glasses remind me of. Yeah, the rivets on the apple bottom short. Right. I knew I couldn't place it.
And stormed out of there.
Right. You see them socks though. Them socks was hitting. Listen, socks and loafers. It's socks and loafers. Are you kidding me?
Dude, after he stormed out of there, like somebody just found out that
Right.
she ain't getting the child support this
Right.
week because her address change didn't go through.
I could not believe that.
Yo,
I could not
he
believe
stepped-
that.
he
Because I didn't see him when he sat down, so I didn't see beforehand. But I
Yo.
saw when he got up.
He was out of there,
And he
bro.
looked like the lead singer of AC/DC. He did, bro. I lost some love there for LeBron.
And then, okay, so we get further down the story. He ended up, the sweep was imminent.
Right. Yeah.
So as the sweep was imminent, I think it was probably a good 7-8 minutes left in the fourth. Now, y'all can fact check me. That's fine. All you LeBron apologists, go ahead and fact check me. He checks, Nate, correct me if I'm wrong.
Please.
Is LeBron a NBA player, or is he a coach, or is he a?
Well, the answer to both of that is yes.
So he's all of
He's
those
a
things.
Coach, general manager. He'll, mop the floor when somebody fall. He
I
does
cannot
absolutely
remember a
everything.
player checking themselves out of a game
There
with
is precedent.
several minutes to go,
Well, a player
and gave the end of the game handshakes and
Right.
high fives
before it
there,
was over with. Before it was over with. Way before it was over with. Right.
patting him on the butt. Him and Draymond do the
Oh, he was
head
done.
hold
Yeah. Love you,
Yo.
brother. Love you, brother. Yeah,
What?
Yeah. See you next.
What the-
Yeah, I don't think. Hey, sometimes people are made different.
And then the last straw, was the press conference after the sweep.
I don't remember.
All of a sudden,
Yeah,
you
well,
saw.
had to. Right. Now we injured. Right. Now we injured.
Bro,
Now
when
we
he
injured.
walked out with the
The chicken wing. Right. Yeah.
I was too through, man. That was
Now we
it.
injured.
I said, look, that's
Now we
it, man.
injured.
I don't want to hear no more. I want no more. No more Jordan compare. I'm done
Right.
listening to him. I want to hear no more.
That's not really a comparison, but I mean, I'm gonna let that slide right now. It's not even a comparison. Jordan, LeBron. We don't get into that. That's too deep. That's too deep. We don't get into that. No, we get into that. But
I can't.
Yeah,
I can't do that one. I can't do that one. Just real quick, I'm getting an update that he had spray on hair as well because his hair left when he got to Los Angeles.
Yeah, he had that Popeil. He had that Ron
Yeah,
Popeil action going on.
the amazing Ed lineup that he had with Cleveland. This is for you.
When you got money.
Yeah.
When you got money,
But it didn't go nowhere. So what happened?
you got money.
The only thing that went somewhere was that hairline again. It lost.
Yeah, that headband kept going back and back. And
He
high,
should have
man.
never took the headband. I kept trying to tell folk when he took the headband, I was wrapped.
He's
And
so
I'm
pretty now. He's
told
pretty.
that
He's so pretty.
by somebody else probably equally as old as me that it was the Snorks I was thinking.
The Snorks, right. But I don't know if they.
That's what I
Okay.
was thinking about.
Right.
The Snorks were on the Smurf side though. They weren't on
Right,
the
they were on
Gargamel side. So
yeah,
that
he was
wasn't.
reaching.
Yeah,
Reaching.
that's
Sometimes
all
you just
right.
reach for things and don't.
We'll
get
come.
it.
We'll come back. It'll
Reach
win.
for things that don't
We'll get it
grab
back.
you.
We'll get it
Right,
back.
Yeah. Where'd it go?
So, huh?
Nothing. Right. So.
I
Right.
can't. I stand you and can't stand you.
Right.
All together.
Right. Good thing you're
All
sitting down.
together.
Good thing you're sitting down.
Now, as we proceed, since
Moving forward.
you know what, our show. Just a quick side note.
Right.
We have a great show.
Right.
You know why? Because we're able to successfully
Transition.
segue. No. We got to. Did I tell you about using the first letter of the first word
Right.
that you're using
Right.
to use for the first letter of the second word you want? I told you to start doing that.
Right. You know what I realized?
What?
I found out I don't know how to spell segue.
You don't?
Because I kept thinking that it's SEGWAY.
How else you gonna spell it?
Right. That ain't it.
That's how it's spelled.
That's how the company spells it.
Right.
Right. I don't. Somebody let me know if I'm wrong, but I think it's.
No, man, we're not gonna even spell it no other. That's the only way we're
spell
gonna
it that way.
recognize it on
Right.
this show.
I looked. I thought it was SEGUE.
And if you do have an answer that tells my partner he's wrong,
Right, please.
no,
Right.
I'm right.
Right.
Remember that. So you spelled it right.
Oh, new name alert.
Go-
Mr. Price is Right.
Mr. Price.
I'm done. Right. Mr. Price. So we know I'm right. But I'm Mr. Price. So Mr. Price is right. Listen.
So you're
this
gonna
is gold.
make a play off of
No. Right.
defunct game
Right. It's
show
gold. Listen.
with a deteriorated
I just
Bob
wanted you- I was thinking
Barker,
about that.
who's now Jim.
Yeah,
Whatever his
right.
name.
Whatever you say.
It's-
But I think, listen, that is the greatest name on this show. Like, you have a bunch of names, but I'm like, how could he possibly? It was staring me in the face. I was like, why did I miss that? We know I'm right, so why couldn't I just be Mr. Price is Right? Not the show, but Mr. Price is right. You can continue your little show now. Go ahead.
Okay. So after that commercial break, apparently,
This is gold.
I hope you all have tuned back in. This is
Right.
still currently
I'm just saying.
the acclaimed talk show No I'm Right, starring
Mr. Price is Right. Sorry.
don't leave, not yet. Don't
Content.
leave. Wait, we got a little more time, please. Okay. Back to let's rewind back
Right.
to Segway.
Segway. Right.
Before things took a terrible turn.
Right. Terrible.
Right, Nate?
Oh, I got a new name for the
Right,
show,
Nate?
too. I got a new name for the show. Well, it's our last show, so it don't matter.
No, I don't.
But last week I would have said it.
Okay.
The Saucy Boys.
Okay.
Yeah, right. The Saucy Boys. Back in action.
Yeah.
Right.
Back in action.
Back in action.
We were before and we
Right. That was going to be for episode 2.
right.
Right. So we got the Saucy Boys with Mr. Price is Right. And whatever your little names are.
Right.
Right.
That are not as cool as Mr. Price is Right.
None of them are as cool. What, can you be as cool as Mr. Price is Right, though?
Boy.
Right.
Whew.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. These things coming to me, man. It is coming to me.
That's the opposite of
Since-
low hanging fruit for
Since
sure.
Since it's our last show, I figured I just,
Yeah, figured you
Balls
get
out.
us canceled, huh?
Right.
So, thank you for sharing those
No problem.
wonderful, entertaining.
intermittently, I'm gonna throw some more stuff when it comes to it, right?
Okay, can't wait.
Knuckles.
Yeah, Knuckles. Yeah, that's awesome. So let's unsegue that.
The world's worst segue.
And let's
Right,
get
right,
back to the
right.
segue at hand.
Yes.
Since we dating ourselves here,
Yeah.
I got to thinking, man.
Right.
Me without children and you being
A great
Haven's
father.
dad,
Right.
great father.
Haven's dad. Right.
So I would lean on you in this next subject,
okay.
but I won't because
Of course.
you're not often correct when it's going up against me.
Right.
So I will get your expertise from your own, experience, but you won't be writing this though.
No. Because right.
I want to rank the decades, starting with the 80s. I want to know which decades are the best
Okay.
and which are the worst.
Which are the worst?
Because I got my
Starting from
list.
the 80s,
But I'm going to ask you first.
going up until today.
Yeah.
So we got
today
80s,
going
90s.
forward. So we're going into the 20s. So it'll be the 80s,
2010s,
the
and
90s, 2000s, 2010s,
2020.
and then beyond.
Because we're in 2019, we got one. So we got to see what's going to happen in the future. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we can predict the future with the next decade.
Right. So top 5
Top 5. Get them in order.
in order.
In order.
Best decades.
And and you know what? I want my producer to give me the top hip hop R&B songs that were in the other 4 decades.
In the other 4 decades.
Yes.
Okay. Right.
The chief one. Produce if you can.
Well, honestly, most of them are going to be the best decade for me. Is
Just
that
talking off air to my producer. Go ahead. Yeah.
our
Yeah.
producer?
I guess.
Right. No, just you. Oh,
For the
okay.
last
'Cause
show.
I didn't know that.
Well, you got canceled with your segue there
segue.
earlier.
Right.
Price is right.
Right.
But,
Mr.
yeah.
Price.
Okay.
That's right. So, yeah, well, I mean, the 80s. For me, I was born in the 80s. So that was, 1980. I started out that decade as a baby, as most people do, and realized that That's my favorite decade. I love 80s music. I love the 80s movies.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite movie of all time, besides Shawshank Redemption, is called The Secret of My Success with Michael J. Fox back in the 80s. It was a fantastic movie. You probably never heard of it. Don't worry, but you probably never heard of it.
Okay.
Great movie.
Okay.
Great movie. So for me, number one, just to start it off,
Okay.
is the 80s.
The 80s is one.
Number one.
Number one.
Number two.
Okay.
This is going to seem kind of ironical or whatever, I guess, but number two is going to be the 90s.
Gonna be the 90s in order.
Right,
Okay.
right. It just
Okay.
happened to be that way.
Okay.
Because in that era, I was introduced to who we talked about earlier, Young Hov the God, Jay-Z. My favorite hip hop artist of all time. Just gave you hits after hits.
Right.
Came out with Reasonable Doubt.
Did.
That was epic, mind blowing, classic. Should have went triple.
Right.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
Right. So I can't really remember what year that was. That was like mid 90s. So that whole span after that, from 94, which I believe, to 2000. So my next in order probably going to be 2000s.
Okay.
My favorite decade. So
Okay.
we went from the 80s number
Kind of see
one.
where this is going,
Right.
folks.
90s is number 2. 2000s is number 3.
Okay.
Because, my daughter was born in the 2000s, in that decade.
Okay.
So for me, that's probably going to be my, third favorite,
And just, just a quick, before you even continue, that touching moment there, man.
Right.
Your daughter was born.
Right.
I get it.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense.
But.
No buts.
No buts?
I just.
Right. I mean, I see.
No,
something
I just said
looming.
no. The only response I have to something so great like that is
Gay. Right. The predictability.
oh sensitive.
Right. And actually, the one you missed is, since
Okay.
it's my daughter, that should be my favorite decade. The 2000s. My daughter was born. That should be number one for me. But without me being born in the 80s,
Right.
she wouldn't be here. Right.
Yes.
I'm correct to that.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
making sure.
Yeah.
So 2010.
Poor girl. Mm-hmm.
Right. Daddy loves you. 2010 gave us what? Well, 2009 was when Uber came out. So we talked about the travesty that is Uber and sitting in the front seat. We talked about that earlier. But 2010 just seemed, I don't know. It's not very memorable to me. I don't know if because we're in it now or whatever. It just seemed
Nothing about now.
nothing about now really boggles my mind or blows me away. It's all just similar stuff that I dealt with in the 90s when I was in high school. It's all the same thing, man. So there's nothing for me. Like if I look back on the 2010 through 2019, 2020, I can't think of anything that's going to be like, well, that stands out. That's like, oh man, what we would have done if we didn't have this. I mean, all the technological advances we had, iPod and iPhone, well not iPhone, but iPod and all that other stuff, technological advances were in the 2000s.
So you see us in decline going forward.
I just don't, I'm not excited.
You don't feel that there's any promise going
I
forward.
don't think so. The future looks bleak.
Bleak.
The future
And is bleak as Memphis bleak?
As Memphis bleak is. So I mean, just in order: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010. And like I said, the future looks bleak to me, man. I don't see anything. I mean, surprise me, please. Somebody surprise me. Show me something. AI.
That's a decent argument, sir.
Right.
Very predictable.
Is it?
Very predictable.
Sure.
Because all you did was go in order.
Right.
But
Well,
decent argument.
When it's right, it's right.
But it's not.
It's not?
No.
Well, to me.
No.
Okay.
Because I'm right.
Are you?
Here's why.
Sure.
Okay. By far, I'm going to go worst to first on you, though.
Worst to first. Well, you
Worst
probably
to
should
first.
go that way.
Worst to 1st Worst. I got to give the 10s.
The 10s.
10s are worse.
So you agree with me?
10. No. You said beyond is worse.
Oh, okay.
That's your number 5.
But you're still saying it's still bad.
Your number 5 isn't my number 5.
Okay.
My number 5 is your 4.
Right.
So the 10s are the worst.
10s are the worst.
That's when we had to say goodbye to Obama. Okay.
Okay.
And we had to say hello to 45.
14.
That alone, I can stop right there.
Honestly, I haven't said hello to him yet. I don't.
I can actually stop right there.
That's it.
and then be done with that.
We're done.
But the economy found its all-time lows in the tens. I'm talking about it's been bad. The tens, and we ain't even done with them yet.
It's a lot of fear.
We got what 6 more months to go. Are we gonna make it? It's what, Lord, we can't even finish it out.
It's 08, 12, 16, and 20. So when 20 comes around,
We
we're
might
hoping.
need half the population might ain't be. I'm just trying to tell you. That's my number 5. Okay,
Oh, I was gonna get into some Marvel stuff, but that's
don't
okay.
do it.
I was trying.
We're not. We haven't reached the end game.
Population, have you not? Yeah, some of us haven't.
We haven't reached the end game.
Right.
All the Marvel fans going nuts.
Right. Oh! Thank you for So with Marvel, another segue into another show name. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Game of Pods. Game of Pods. The brawl for it all.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Only there can only be one. Like the Game of Pods, like Game of Thrones.
Mm.
So I was watching some of that, and I was like, what can I do to make us seem more majestic? You know. And I was like, it just hit me.
I'm about to, but
Game of Pods. And go ahead.
Yeah.
You know, go ahead, continue. You know, we'll circle back to that. Don't worry about it. We'll circle back. Go ahead.
thing we're canceled.
Right.
So that's my number 5.
Right.
Is the tens.
Tens.
I'm going to give the 4 slot to the beyond, the 20s.
The unknown.
Because we cannot get any worse. We have got to have an uptick.
Yes.
But I give them, that's why it got to have an uptick, because the 10s also included the era of the smartphones being attached to everybody's hand.
Right.
These chilling here.
He's chilling.
These chilling, man.
He's chilling.
Is the most You're gonna make me start talking like Robin Harris now, because they the most disrespectful. These kids nowadays, they don't get it. They gonna get it, right, but they don't get it.
Right.
But yeah, the 20s have got to be better. The 10s got to get the end hands down.
A little side note to think about. Is that reflective of us though? Is that indicative of the parents? Is that indicative of just what they're surrounded by, what they're exposed to?
I would say
why
so.
it's disrespect?
I think that and before, you know, I'm not a parent yet.
No, I mean,
so I can't claim it.
You dated,
but y'all, as much as I
well, no, not me.
hate to tell you
What
this,
time is it? It's 8. No,
as much as I hate to tell you,
Haven's probably in bed, sleep. But just read the Bible. Just she's good. No, hey, don't worry about that. So,
okay,
Haven's
I'm
good.
just trying to
Haven's
tell you.
respectful. By the way,
these parents, my friends' is parents.
Your friends' is parents.
I'm talking to the producer over here, and
right.
The worst parents.
What?
Because y'all the one put these kids in these teens to be disrespectful the way they are. Now the ones who got younger babies,
Well, they don't know yet.
I give them a pass
You give them a
if
pass.
they got younger babies.
You are.
But if they 8, 9, 10 and up,
Yeah.
they already disrespectful. Already been talking back, all that stuff. So
Disrespectful.
5 is the 20s.
Right.
4.
It's 10s.
No, I'm sorry. 5 is the 10s. 4 is the 20s. Number 3,
Yeah.
I gotta give it to the 80s.
The 80s. Well,
I gotta give it to the 80s because the 80s. If I think of myself, now I haven't always. I know it's shocking.
Is it?
I know this is gonna take people by surprise, but I haven't always been the main attraction.
What?
I know. I have not always ran Dallas. I know. What? So in the 80s, as I was becoming my future self,
Oh, right.
there was a lot of things in the 80s that I had to deal with.
I don't believe this.
But I think the 80s were preparing for the next decade. So the 80s was practice for the next decade, which is not the decade that's number 2. I think the decade that's number 2 is the 2000s. And the reason why is because the 2000s had the layover from the best decade. That's when you
Oh,
had.
yeah, the lag, right?
Yes,
right,
that's when you had your prime. Like if you're a WWE fan, that's when The Rock started getting his titles and stuff. If you a Drew Hill fan, that's when Drew Hill started really coming out with the dope projects. I'm talking about in the 2000s. That's when you had Nelly took over, but also Eminem. So you still, had, so Jay-Z was at his all-time high with Big Pimpin'. We was merging the South and the East Coast rap together.
right.
And then Obama got in office.
Right. It was
So hey, the 2000s started coming, with the exception. I mean, because we started out 2000s rough with 9/11.
Right.
Started out real rough with 9/11. So I think God kind of put a little bit of that spiritual jambalaya on us and got the 2000s right again.
Yeah, it fixed us up.
Yeah.
Right at the beginning, right.
But the number one decade of all time,
I'm riveted.
of all time,
We're on the edge of our seat.
is the 90s.
Is the 90s.
The 90s, hands down. Rap, R&B, current events, entertainment,
Right.
TV show. We had black television in the 90s, sir.
Right. What was the name of that network? It changed.
UP? Up in-
Yeah, that's what it was. UPN.
Up in here?
Up in
What you watching up in here?
Up in here.
On an Up in Here network. Dude, black TV was popping in the 90s. Had everything going on, man.
It had a great show on it too called Martin. As a matter of fact,
We ain't got time.
We don't.
Because I'm going to tell you, they lucky we canceled.
Right. Because if we weren't,
Because if we weren't canceled,
we would be talking about.
I would be trying to tell everybody right now.
Hold on. Whoa. Are you sure?
Hey, I ain't got nothing to lose. This is the end.
Right.
The end of the beginning.
Right.
So I'll
Right.
tell you this right now. I'll tell you like this signing out, America, before we get to the sign out. Martin, it's funny, wasn't all that great.
Okay. So
Don't hold up.
this is the part where I interject and say that I do not agree with anything that.
And my co-host got my back, and we will ride together. Even being out of this show, we will still ride together. Still my dog.
Right.
No, I'm right 100 at Gmail.
Right.
No, I'm right Instagram. No, I'm right Facebook. Holla at us.
Yeah. No.
Because we both know the real.
No.
Love Martin Lawrence.
Martin Lawrence is hilarious.
But the show Martin,
was probably the best sitcom of the 90s
right, for
Right.
2 seasons.
for 2 seasons.
And that was it.
Right.
So,
The only other one I would say would be Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but I mean, like 1A and 1B. It's not even like for you to say it wasn't all that. That's a sliding
it
scale.
don't hold up. It don't hold up.
It's dated. I give you that. It's dated.
It don't
but
hold up.
I could turn on any Martin episode and I would be laughing for
5
the
minutes.
entire-
And the rest of it, you'll be like,
the iconic New Jack
can we
City
get him some
skit.
medicine?
Sit your $5 ass down before I make change with
Okay.
the fake dog. I mean,
You know
that was
what? Tommy was probably a little funnier.
Hustle, man.
Was funnier than Martin.
I don't.
In a lot of those episodes,
Bruh, man.
the worst episode
The worst episode of
is a tie between My Mama's Biscuits
My Mama Biscuits.
and the trip they took out the country with the rat, whatever that thing was that kept hopping on more.
Right.
The
that's
two worst
two
episodes
episodes.
ever.
Elva.
When he came in.
Right.
All of that. Stop it.
Right.
You're better than that.
Right.
You're better than that. Thank you all for tuning in.
Absolutely. Yes.
Hey.
We lost everyone now.
Hey, that's fine. They was leaving it. We got to leave too.
We do.
We got to.
It's
Got to take the banner down. We got to go.
Right,
You know,
pack up.
and
Yeah.
all that. Just you know,
Uber's outside. I'm gonna hop in the front seat.
got to hop in the
Right.
front seat.
Hang it, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
watch LeBron's
Watch
greatest
LeBron.
games, and
Right,
you know,
right, absolutely.
and jam
All
some
the things we gonna
and
do.
jam some 80s music.
Right. That's right. Michael Jackson.
Right.
Between the two.
Hey man, I want to thank everybody for once again tuning in. You know, to Acclaim Show. I know y'all gonna hate to see us go, but again, remember, next week, brand new. No, I'm right, coming at you, baby. Hey, we sorry the government.
Hold on. I got one more.
No, don't do it. We going out.
Podcasters of the universe.
We can't go out on high.
Because the universe is big.
We-
So we want to be big, like He-Man and the Masters of the universe. Podcasters of the universe.
So we can't go out on the high. We just gonna go out like we high.
Right. High? No. Podcasters
Say
of the
man,
universe.
pour this drink so we can
Listen.
tell everybody.
Listen, we'll circle back to
Appreciate
that. You know. Can you do a English accent? Pod save the king.
America,
Listen.
I'm gonna need bigger than this, but again,
It
thank
gets
you.
better. It gets better.
It don't.
As always, my friend.
We love y'all. We see y'all next
Salute.
week.
Daddy loves you.
You may see me next week, cause I'm always right.
Podomaniacs.